Rick, let's go with it. You ready?
I am, and here's what I want you to talk about. I want you to talk about this. I've been meaning to ask you this, and on our ski trip, I was planning to ask you and the other guys as well. So if we just had one question to put to you, and it was like a jury looking at you, trying to evaluate your true motives. The question is, Keith, what do you want out of all this?
What do I want out of this?
This one great life that you have, what the hell do you want out of it, buddy? You just had a birthday. Now it's the time to evaluate where you've been, where you want to go. What do you want out of life?
The opportunity and practice for full self-actualization.
Oh, man.
To just be my highest self.
Maslow, the Maslow hierarchy of values, the
That's,
top peak, the pinnacle of the
that's,
pyramid.
that's what I want. And to get there, I gotta let go of a lot of stuff. so so
Yeah.
my to get there, to get this far, and I don't know if there's a there there, but to be on this journey for that purpose, what it's required me to do every single day is to use every situation, every moment to let go of my lower self. If I all I'm doing, like I'm like the way I look at it is I'm already like I'm love, I'm peace, I'm all those things. And if I am not just saying that, but actually being that to everybody in every situation, if I'm not being that, then there's a barrier within me that is making that impossible. It's there, but there's something that is preventing that from being fully expressed. And so my work every single day is to remove more and more of my lower self, which are those barriers for that being fully self-expressed. And when I do, I am having an absolute blast with whatever is going on. What my mind would say is a problem, my my fully actualized self in that moment is seeing opportunity to grow. What my mind said is a turn off, my full self is saying that's a turn on. I mean, like, I mean, where my heart wants to close, it stays open. All of that, and all I'm doing is getting rid of these things that my little the little Keith can't handle. And my day becomes all about working on myself so I can handle whatever shows up. What does it mean for you, Rick?
Wow, those are important and powerful. I love all of those.
Thank
I
you.
guess I guess for me similar. My thing is now that I'm old, my thing is to number one, be open-hearted, to try to be love in all situations, and to walk away from situations that I can't improve. Number two would be to be generous, both in terms of finances and sharing my wealth or sharing my whatever I have with others, as well as sharing knowledge and sharing an appreciation for who they are. And by that, I appreciate myself more. And I guess thirdly, it would be a sense of accomplishment in the idea that I've made a contribution to someone else's life and I haven't screwed up anybody's life. I haven't hurt anybody.
Yes.
Those are the big three for me. And I think along the way, there's some kind of overarching um, method of doing that. And that method is by gentleness and by humor and trying to do all of this with good intentions that make me feel really proud of what I've done. I like all of that stuff. And so, both of us, I think, are masters at avoiding drama. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of things that screw people up is they just get into this drama. It's like walking down the street. Wayne Dyer used this example. You're walking down the street. It's a perfectly nice day. The birds are singing. The sun is shining. Everything's going your way. You're whistling a tune. You're going to see your boss who's going to give you a raise. Everything's great. And you walk on the sidewalk and there's a pile of dog crap. I mean, it's like 3 pounds of dog crap. And you got a choice. You can walk around the dog crap and then go get your raise and talk to your boss. Or you can look at that dog crap and say, man, I can handle that. I really can. So you get down on your hands and knees and you start playing with it. The metaphor is extreme, but the point is That's what people do in life. They've got two paths, right? There's the dog crap, and then there's this cool stuff you could do out here. And to get to the cool stuff, all you got to do is not play with the dog crap.
Oh, yeah.
It took me like 50 years to get that one handled, and I think that's a major starting point. If you just vow to yourself, I'm not going to get involved in drama. I'm not going to create it. I'm not going to perpetuate it. I'm not going to participate in it. And when you see it happening, you walk right around it.
Rick, you said it, and those are the little things that the little self get pulls into, right? Just those little things like why wouldn't you be bothered by somebody? Eckhart Tolle, not Eckhart Tolle, but Michael Singer said this. You know, you get upset because you said hello to somebody, they didn't say hello back to you. Like really? Like there's so much fun, so many amazing things to do, and you can't handle that. And he goes, 7 billion other people on the planet that say hello to you either. Like, like they didn't say you can't. You're okay with them not seeing it, but Rick didn't say it, and you got a problem right now, right? This is
I'm going to teach him a lesson. He can't not say hello to me.
exactly right. That's the dog crap. Really, come home, the kitchen's not clean. Really, you can't handle that? Like, seriously, like those. I mean, those are small examples, but I don't care what example you make. 99% of life is that the psyche creates as a problem is the dog crap, right? That you start to play with. Like, why not play with that? I could take it to the pickleball court. I could take it to work. I could take it to my neighborhood. I can take it to reading the paper. Like, I mean, just everything out there is just a minefield for you to be bothered unless you just start like, I'm just walking around all of that. I'll choose not to be involved in drama. Not like you said, not to perpetuate it, create it, or to be pulled into it. I'm just not doing that. And it's interesting too, because people that are in the drama business and they don't know that they are, they're passive in their comments. And I don't even hear the comments really. It's like I was like, okay. It's like, okay. Like, are we gonna have fun here? Oh, you want to be pulled into this. Okay, well, let me know when you're done being pulled into it. And I say that to little Keith too. Like, oh, we're not doing that. I'm not doing that, but you go right
That's right.
ahead. You go right ahead because I'm not doing this.
That's the same kind of thing with when I was doing triathlons. I had this terrible thing with swimming. I get in the ocean and I'd be fine for about maybe 100 yards, and then my mind would start telling me, "Man, it's cold. I heard thrashing over there. Could that be a shark?" What the hell am I doing this for? I can just go ashore and pretend I got a cramp and get over with it. Everybody would love me, and I could still drink with the guy. And then I just finally said, "Would you shut up? Just shut up and do this thing, will you? Forget all of that and just go do your thing." And that worked. That self-talk. When you realize the narrative in your head
Oh,
is what's doing all of this,
oh,
you just got to have this power to be able to say, "Okay, that's enough. I got it. I'm not going there. Goodbye."
yeah.
Hard to do though. Hard to do because we get a lot of payoff for being victims, and we get a lot of payoff for being sympathizers, enabler of victims. In fact, most of our culture is about that. You poor thing. How could that happen? How dare he do this? What's wrong with, and you get it, and it's ratcheting, ratcheting, ratcheting. And then you start judging your friends by how well they reinforce your
oh,
victimhood.
100%. If they
Oh,
listen,
she's wonderful because she always
she
sees.
listens. Yeah, yeah. She listens to me. I'm like, oh my God, you like she'll never get that time back. Like
That's
she's.
right. That's right.
I
That's right.
mean,
Well, you go over there, play with that. I'm done with that.
I
Many
know
years of that. I'm not doing any more of that.
exactly, Rick. And if that's what you want out of all of this, I mean, that's certainly one way to go about it. But you're just throwing away these moments and the worry, right? If Michael Singer says if he says if it's not happening in this moment, that's number one. I'm not worried about it. If the word is, oh, it happened, past tense, he's like, I'm really not getting involved with that because there's nothing you can do to change it. And I remember, when we would go on previous ski trips, I'm obsessing about what the weather is going to be like 3 months from now. Will they have snow? Will they not have snow? Checking the weather every day. What? No, stop doing that and throwing those moments away. When you get to that day, if there's snow, great. If there's not snow, great. Like it's going to be fantastic. I remember,
That's so true.
yeah, really having this well-being practice to where when I was in school, there was no certainty of whether or not I would have a job at Mayo Clinic. I lost no sleep about that at all, Rick. And I know people will be obsessing in the future as they are learning something new of whether or not is what it's going to mean in the future. And man, like you losing the present moment. Like you worried about this moment and then you worried about something that hasn't even happened yet. Like, why? Like you just throwing these moments away. And so, I mean, what do you want out of all of this? You answer it every day with how you live each moment of that day. That's how you answer it. And for a lot of people, they really haven't put that question themselves. And if they have, they haven't backed it up by the actions that they're taking every single moment. And I'm
That's oh, I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm clear about what I want, so I want my actions to reflect it. Well, you go ahead and close this out, Rick.
I was just going to say that one of the things that I do, a little technique that I use now that I'm old, is when I start going down that road of worrying about something that's going to happen in the future, or worrying about some crap that I pulled that I'm disgusted with myself about that happened 20 years ago, I start thinking to myself, okay, here's my technique that I'm going to use from here until the grave. And that is, yeah, that's a good point. And I just don't have time right now. I'll put it on the list of things to worry about when I'm dead because I'll have more time.
I love it. I love it. Rick, I love you, man. Thank you for a great
Keith, yeah, that was a cool show. I like that one. Thanks. Adios.
awesome. Adios.